In a modest apartment in Boston's working-class Allston neighborhood, a teenage boy typed furiously on a second-hand typewriter, dreaming not of red carpets, but of stories that mattered. He wasn't writing for fame, he was writing to survive. That boy was Matt Damon, and though he had no connections in Hollywood, he carried something far more valuable. Raw talent, relentless work ethic, and a deep belief that cinema could be both entertaining and ethically engaged. Within a decade, he would co-write an Oscar-winning screenplay, launch one of cinema's most iconic franchises, and quietly become one of the industry's most respected actors, not through scandal or spectacle, but through integrity, intelligence, and an unwavering commitment to using his platform for good. Born Matthew Page Damon on October 8, 1970, in Boston, Massachusetts, Matt grew up in a household shaped by resilience and intellectual curiosity. His father, Kent Damon, was a stockbroker who struggled with employment. His mother, Nancy Carlson Page, was an early childhood education professor and activist. After his parents divorced when he was 2, Matt and his older brother Kyle were raised primarily by their mother, often relying on food stamps and public assistance. Despite financial hardship, books, debate, and social justice were constants at home. His mother took him to anti-war protests and encouraged critical thinking, values that would later define his career choices. He found refuge in performance early. At age 10, he landed his first role in a school play. By high school, he was starring in local theatre productions. It was at Cambridge Ringe and Latin School that he met Ben Affleck, another aspiring actor with big dreams. They bonded over shared ambition, rehearsing monologues, critiquing films, and sneaking onto movie sets as extras. Both enrolled at Harvard University, but Matt dropped out at 19 to pursue acting full-time in Los Angeles, sleeping on friends' couches, and taking bit parts in forgettable films. His breakthrough came not from a casting call, but from a blank page. Frustrated by shallow roles, he and Affleck began writing a screenplay about a troubled genius working as a janitor at MIT, a story that mirrored their own fears of wasted potential. They poured their savings into Good Will Hunting, filming it on location in Boston with a $10 million budget from Miramax after a fierce bidding war. Released in 1997, the film became a cultural phenomenon. Matt won the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay, shared with Affleck, and earned a Best Actor nomination, instantly transforming from unknown to A-lister. Yet instead of chasing blockbusters, he chose complexity. He played a disillusioned soldier in Saving Private Ryan, 1998, a morally conflicted executive in The Talented Mr. Ripley, 1999, and an idealistic energy analyst in Syriana, 2005. But his defining role arrived in 2002 with The Bourne Identity. As Jason Bourne, a CIA assassin with amnesia searching for truth, he redefined the action hero. Cerebral, restrained, emotionally led. The franchise spawned 3 sequels, grossed over $1.6 billion worldwide, and proved that audiences craved intelligence alongside explosions. What set Damon apart was his refusal to separate art from ethics. While many stars leveraged fame for luxury, he used it for advocacy. In 2006, horrified by the global water crisis, he co-founded Water.org with engineer Gary White, pioneering microfinance solutions to bring clean water and sanitation to underserved communities. The organization has since provided access to over 60 million people across Africa, Asia, and Latin America. He didn't just lend his name, he traveled to slums in Nairobi and villages in India, listening to families and refining strategies based on real needs. He also championed economic justice. In 2013, he starred in Behind the Candelabra, but turned down a lead role in Elysium over pay disparity concerns when he learned co-star Jodie Foster was offered significantly less. He supported labor rights, spoke out against income inequality, and donated millions to public education and refugee relief. During the 2020 pandemic, He funded PPE for frontline workers and supported small theaters facing closure. His personal life reflected his grounded nature. In 2005, he married Luciana Bozan Barroso, a bartender he met while filming in Miami. They have 4 daughters and live primarily in Brooklyn and Miami, avoiding Hollywood excess. He rarely posts on social media, declines endorsement deals for fast fashion or sugary drinks, and insists his children attend public school. Friends describe him as the most normal famous person you'll ever meet, equally comfortable discussing climate policy or fixing a leaky faucet. Artistically, he thrived in collaboration. He reunited with Affleck for The Last Duel, 2021, a medieval drama exploring truth and perspective, which they co-wrote with Nicole Holofcener. He worked repeatedly with directors like Steven Soderbergh, Ocean's 11 trilogy, The Informant, Clint Eastwood, Invictus, and Martin Scorsese, The Departed, valuing storytelling over stardom. Even in comedies like The Martian, 2015, where he played an astronaut stranded on Mars, he brought warmth, humor, and scientific rigor, earning another Oscar nomination. He also embraced producing, founding Pearl Street Films with Affleck to develop socially conscious projects. He backed documentaries like Inside Job, which exposed the 2008 financial crisis, and The Great Invisible, about the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. For Damon, film was never just entertainment, it was a tool for awareness. Despite his success, he faced criticism. Some accused him of white savior tropes in humanitarian work, to which he responded by shifting Water.org's leadership to local experts, and emphasizing community-driven solutions. When controversy arose over his portrayal of a gay character in Behind the Candelabra, he deferred to LGBTQ+ voices, and supported authentic casting in future projects. Now in his 50s, Damon continues to evolve. He balances tentpole films with indie dramas, advocates for climate action through the Climate Reality Project, and mentors young screenwriters from underrepresented backgrounds. He remains one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors, yet lives with remarkable modesty, driving a Toyota Prius, wearing simple clothes, and measuring success not by box office, but by impact. Matt Damon's legacy isn't built on awards or franchises, but on consistency of character. He proved that an actor can be both a global star and a moral anchor, that fame, when paired with humility and purpose, can move mountains, bring clean water to millions, and remind audiences that heroes aren't flawless, but human. And in an industry often defined by ego, he stands as proof that the quietest voices can leave the loudest echoes.